This is He Knows His Sport, bringing you that heat and that fire. See, that's the thing, folks. When I say something, it's very touchy, man. I'm going to say that again. When I say something, it's very touchy because I'm a truth teller. I come with cold-hearted, unadulterated, and cutthroat truths. I'm not trying to offend nobody. It's just when I see the truth, it is what it is. I said what I said about the Crawford and the Loma situation. I'm done, man. I done moved on. But when the truth is delivered, it hurts, but it'll set your ass free. I'm going to say it again. When the truth is delivered, it hurts. But guess what? It will set your ass free. And folks needed to be set free from that. Because I can't sit here and gloss over the fact that Terrence Bud Crawford is being disrespected in front of my eyes the way he is. You know what I'm saying? Being treated like a second-class citizen, over the likes and being glossed over by Bob Arum over the likes of a Lomachenko. That's disrespectful to me. When you look at their careers, you look at their records, you look at what they've done professionally, come on, man. It's not a coincidence that somebody like Andre Ward is backing Terrence Bud Crawford over a Loma. It's not coincidence that Timothy Bradley's doing it. Timothy Bradley, didn't he fight under the top rank banner? Even Manny Pacquiao, the respect that he's had for Terrence Bud Crawford. Listen to how he talks about Loma. Listen to how he talks about Terrence Crawford. I mean, the proof is in the pudding, man. I like Terrence Bud Crawford. I just don't like the disrespect. So I had to call it out for what it is. And sometimes it's going to get testy. Sometimes we're going to, pass the lines of race and all of that. But see, that's the thing about me. I'm not afraid to go where people are afraid to go because I have the gall to do that. When I tell you guys that I'm a truth teller and I come with cold-hearted, unadulterated, and cutthroat truths, you guys don't believe me until something happens or I say something in the video, and then you guys got to get reminded that that's how I operate. That's the realm in which I operate, and I mean it when I say it. So I'm going to say some things that's going to get under people's skins. Even my real G's, my super real G's, and my ultimate real G's out here in these boxing streets. Y'all have to remember that. Yet we are not always going to agree on everything. We're going to have an agree to disagree vehemently on things at times. But you guys have to understand, I'm not coming at it from a personal standpoint. I'm not coming at it from a personal attack. I'm just giving what I'm seeing that's put in front of me. And if I gloss over the fact of what's presented in front of me, then I'm not being true to myself. I'm not being the very fiber of being that and who I was created to be. And if I can't be myself, then I might as well silence my voice. I'm going to say it again. If I can't be myself, I might as well silence my voice. And when, I'm the first person to admit to anyone, when I'm wrong about something, shoot, I'll be the first one to accept it. And I'll learn from it and I'll take a learning lesson. But when I have the truth and the facts on my side, I'm going to stay firm on that position, folks, regardless how uncomfortable the topic is. It is what it is. That's who I am. That's how I've been wired. That's how I've been born. That's how I've been created. If you guys think I'm like this, you guys should meet my father, man. He's even worse in this regard. He's the author of that stuff, man. I'm just a manufactured version of that, to be honest with you. So I say this to tell you guys, man, that's just me. It's the fiber of being of who I am. And I'm not going to sit here and gloss over stuff and not say things to you guys. It just takes away from my DNA, and that's not happening. But I want to talk about this. Canelo Alvarez and Danny Jacobs. On to a different topic. I just felt I needed to shed some light on that because I feel like there's a spewing over and it needed to be carried over. You know what I'm saying? Some kind of clarification, so to speak. But I like what Danny Jacobs said, man. He said that Canelo Alvarez is 0-2 versus Triple G. I agree with him on that. I've said this before. Even though I had Canelo winning the second fight 7-5 because I felt that in the second half of the second fight, he stalked the stalker. I can also see legitimately why people felt Triple G won that second fight too. Because you guys have to look at what he did those first 7 rounds. So you can score 7 rounds for him too, as well. But lest you guys forget, let's have to remind y'all asses, this is the stuff that I was trying to tell you guys about Canelo Alvarez, a.k.a. Cinnamon Alvarez. Again, another touchy subject that's going to bring out the Mexican community fan base. It is what it is, folks. I'm the truth teller. I come with cold-hearted, unadulterated, cutthroat truths. Get over it and just deal with it, because that's how I'm delivering my situation. That's how I'm delivering my information on this channel. Danny Jacobs was not telling no lies. He told nothing but the truth. And people want to sit here and point to Danny Jacobs. Oh, he was dropped by, Sergio Mora. Okay. But what happened in that fight? Didn't Danny Jacobs come back and win? Didn't he drop Mora as well too? So I don't want to hear this nonsense. And when he dropped Mora, wasn't it in more emphatic fashion? Didn't he show mental fortitude in that fight? So I don't want to hear this, folks. Higgity, hush with that nonsense, man. Danny Jacobs had a more impressive fight with Triple G than Canelo had in both fights with Triple G. And I know styles make fights. And I know no two fighters are not alike. But the proof is in the pudding. Danny Jacobs had a better fight with Triple G. He got robbed, actually, in that fight, because he won that fight, to me, definitively, 7 rounds to 5. There could be an argument 8 rounds to 4. He won that fight. He got robbed. And we know why he got robbed. Because Triple G dropped him, and that was it. That's all the judges needed to see. So they went with that. Plus, Triple G was the bigger name. And for the sake of a Triple G versus a Canelo fight, they could not have Triple G having that kind of loss. That's the boxing politics, folks. And we have to see that for what it is. We got to call that thing out for what it is. But people don't want to do that for some reason. I don't get it. I don't understand the rhetoric behind it. But you got to call a spade a what? A spade. You got to keep that thing a buck. Keep it real. Keep it 100. And that's the truth of the fact of the matter. That's why I went on the community post and I said what I said about Danny Jacobs, a.k.a. the Miracle Man, because he's telling the truth. This is set up for him to be robbed. I've said this before in previous videos, man. I don't know what his mindset is. You know what I'm saying? Because his mindset should be one of knocking out Canelo Alvarez. He shouldn't be looking at anything else. Not trying to outbox him, nothing. He needs to go in there with that mindset, hey, I got to get this dude out of there. I got to do him like I did Peter Quillen. And no stretch of the imagination am I comparing Canelo Alvarez to Peter Quillen. So please, stop the presses and pump the brakes on the nonsense. I'm going to say that again because people are going to get irate. In no stretch of the imagination am I comparing. I'm after speaking slow and gibberish because I have to do this when you're dealing with Rudy Poo and Plum Brain Cinnamon Alvarez fanboys. In no stretch of the imagination. Again, in no stretch of the imagination am I comparing Canelo Alvarez to Peter Quillen. Canelo Alvarez is years, light years ahead and better than Peter Quillen. But the comparison that I'm drawing is he needs to be Canelo in that kind of fashion. Not in the first round, but in that fashion of knocking him down, knocking him out. He needs to do that. That's what I mean. In order for him to win definitively and not get robbed, that knockout needs to look like it did in the Peter Quillen fight. And then and only then you could definitively say Danny Jacobs won. Because we know that boxing judges are in Canelo Alvarez's pockets. And if people can't see that, it is what it is. That's what happened with Mayweather. Any big name. Sugar Ray Leonard. Any big name, man. No one gets excoriated from this. Andre Ward. There's an argument there in the first fight against Kovalev. I mean, anybody that has a name and has a certain record to protect and has a certain cachet and a marketability about them, they will be protected by the judge. We can't gloss over that, folks. We have to see that for what it is and call it at its bullhorns. And that's what's going to happen in that fight. If there's any other decision other than a TKO stoppage by the Miracle Man, and if he comes in with that African style that he says he needs to come in with, which I don't even know what he means by that, but if he comes in with that, and he feels that that's the strategy and that's the style that's going to be Canelo Alvarez, then hats off to him. But he got to get the job done. This is one of those situations where you gotta higgity fucking hush and prove it in the ring. So that's my take on it. To me, I agree with Danny Jacobs when he said that Canelo Alvarez is 0-2 against Triple G, and they need to run a third one. But before we even talking a third one, he needs to get past the Miracle Man. So I don't know how this fight is going to turn up because you guys have seen me. I've had one position on one end. I've had another position on another end because Danny Jacobs' body language has been all over the place. So it's made my videos all over the place with him. Right now, he's talking good, but then the next day he might be talking reckless. So I don't know. I really want to see come CincoDeMayo, when they step into the ring, what the outcome is going to be. Really, at this point, it's about the outcome. Talk is cheap, man. Daddy Jacobs needs to go in there and execute. I'm going to go off his original premise, and I'm not going off of anything else, when he said he can't let this fight go to the scoring card judges. That's what he's going to have to do. If he wants to win this fight, that is exactly what he's going to have to do. Because if it goes any other way, Canelo Alvarez is walking out with his belt. I'm going to say it again. If it goes any other way, Canelo Alvarez is walking out with that man's belt. This is He Knows the Sport. Check it out.